What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster here that has released on PC here on Steam. And I wanted to check out performance for the MSI Claw 8, and I'll probably also be checking out the Steam Deck, potentially the Legion Go, the Ally X. But I have been playing it on all the different handhelds, and it seems to perform pretty good, and it runs really well here on the Claw 8. And I really focused on a 30-watt cap for the TDP and 1200p using XeSS for the video, and mostly medium settings. But we'll take a look at a few different things running here so that you can see. And again, 1200p for me here, but certainly if you don't want to use as much or any upscaling, you could knock down the 1440 by 900 or that 1280 by 800 if you really wanted to. But I think XeSS works really well, and I just opted to try and go through this thing with 1200p since that's our native display. Frame generation is in-game as well, but it's FSR, which we'll also take a look at. Again, XeSS, I'm using performance, but balanced quality performance, they all run about 2 FPS different from each other depending on how you set those up. And then over in graphics, we have very low, medium, high, and very high presets that we can go through to kind of make it easy. But there's a ton of other settings that if you want to just go down through here and individually adjust and tweak to your liking, you can certainly do. They really have a lot of settings in here you can go through. Like a little later on, I'll turn off motion blur and a couple other things most likely. Now I used the beginning run here of the game kind of as my own little benchmark area to see how this was performing when it came to the 4 presets that I wanted to check out here at the 30 watts, XeSS performance and 1200p. So you can see all these kind of side by side when it comes to the lowest, low, medium, and high here. Again, I think high, if you're really going to go that way, it does dip down into the 20s in a lot of areas I was checking out on here, and I think it wouldn't really work out that well. A medium or a combination of medium low I think is going to work really well here for most people. Going down to the lowest settings, I really don't think you would really need to do. If you really want to up that performance or your FPS, you can certainly lower your base resolution, again that 900p or 800p, to get more out of it. But I'm not looking for super high frame rates with this game, and the most important thing to me here was smooth frame times and smooth gameplay no matter what here, except sometimes in high. But for the most part, this offered some really smooth gameplay and frame times, which for me is kind of like more important than the higher frames in certain games, especially something like this. So I was pretty impressed, pretty happy with the way things were running here for that. Now here on the high preset, as we get away from that area, we get more into the game. Again, it's not something I'm really going to stick with because in certain areas it can really dip down or have a few issues here or there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this to some settings I was using, which was the medium preset, and then I turned off motion blur because I just really don't like it in this game or a lot of my games in particular. But certainly adjust these things how you want to. You can turn film grain intensity down or off as well there. For me, these settings were working out really well in the Claw for the different areas I've been playing through. Again, I've gone through about 3 hours or so far, and kind of trying to get a little farther into it for some future updates and videos as well. Now, if we jump in here and turn frame gen on, which is the FSR version, which it will let you use with XeSS and Intel here, it works fine. It's clean enough, and it does double the frame rate, and frame times stay good. Everything works fine, but it is a lot more floaty on the controls with more input latency than I would prefer. It definitely doesn't feel like FSR frame gen that I've used in some other games, and especially isn't as good as some of the XeSS2 frame gen, XeSS frame gen that I've used in games. So for me, I would opt to stay away from the in-game frame generation. I don't think you need it. I think it feels better without it, but it is there if you like it and want to turn it on and use it. Besides that, though, that's pretty much the settings I've settled on for my playthrough here on the MSI Claw 8, but there's certainly room for you to adjust and mess around with your own settings. I think you definitely gain more by lowering resolution than you will by the actual settings at this point, but you can adjust things to your liking. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys with some more gameplay to check out. As always, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.
You miss being with him?
With Jesse? No.
Been together for so long.
Look, Jesse's great. I love his parents. They will always be family, but we were just on autopilot.
I got you. They're close to us!
Where are we going?
It's this one! Come on!
They're everywhere!
Don't slow down! Head for those doors! Through here, let's go!